Yes, people, we are back with my 2 cents in the match review. Manchester United finish the 2024-2025 season in 15th on a negative goal difference. And courtesy of the Arsenal, they started the 2025-2026 campaign in 15th on negative goal difference. That's my shameless dig at my Manchester United mates. All the ones that do watch, big up to him. Big up to Waha. He was counting down for the Xerxes winner. Did Xerxes play today? Did Xerxes come on today? Did he? I'm not sure he did. But yeah, other than listen, Arsenal Football Club went away to Old Trafford. And I don't normally do player ratings, but I did a player rating with the Waffle Don, and I don't think I gave anyone over a 7. And that was the goalkeeper. And I don't think he was great. It's a bunch of 5s, some 4s even, and I was being generous. And we left with a win. Somehow we left Old Trafford with a win and a clean sheet. It's never a good look. It's never a good look when you leave a match and your goalkeeper is your man of the match. You know, I remember yelling at David Raya at least 3 times throughout that game. I am so glad I don't do watch-alongs, because I was frustrated watching the team while we were winning. I would definitely would have been called toxic and negative at a whole new level if the internet see the way I act when we're playing that way, even though we're winning. But we escaped with 3 points today. I don't accept any world where Manchester United should have 22 shots at our goal. Please excuse that noise. That's the damn, those automatic vacuums. Yeah, it's trying to come into the studio, and I have it blocked. Please excuse. Yeah, stay outside. Stay outside while I. Big up to all 16 of you locked in, all the silent listeners, those who have hit the like button on the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you all. I see a couple of legends in the building already. Big up to Vigilante. Big up to the Latvian Gooner. Great stream as well. Make sure you go check that out. His match reaction was fantastic. Big up to Gavin, the legend. Big up to AJ, the hardest working mod of all the mods on YouTube. Hendo Gooner, what you saying to me, bro? What you saying? Hey, Latvian Gooner said, BBK, you all right? Alles clear? Alles clear, Latvian Gooner. Big up to Hendo. And watching, that was 2 hours waste of my life. I won't get back. 1 billion spent for Stoke FC, Tony Pulis football. The very first corner of the season. That's going to be the top Gooner spin. Set piece, ole, ole. The very first corner we scored from. I'm pretty sure they go dig up a stat and say, hey, you'll never see that anywhere else. Pick up right where we left off on our set pieces. Yeah, baby. Big up to all the legends locked in. Big up to Bluebird. Having the set piece again, ole, ole. Latvian Gooner, the Assemble. What you make of the game, the Assemble? I want to know what you men think. Of course, I'm going to give you my spiel of what I thought of the game, but I'm more interested in what you people have to say about the game, because you men's football knowledge are off the charts. The Assembled, AFC Always, Vigilante, AJ. Your football knowledge are off the charts. I want to know, are there any good takeaways from the game that I'm missing out on? Because there wasn't much. There was the first half. There was more went wrong in the first half than went right, even though we scored. Oh my days! We are going to get into it. Big up to Vigilante. Big up, man. Hit the like on the channel, people, and subscribe if you haven't already. Says the hardest working mod. Listen to him, Vigilante. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you every single time. We looked like the 15th place team here. Yeah, you give up 22 shots. 22 shots, I think the stats say, Manchester United. Oh my days. Gavin, big up to you, sir. Hope all is well. Before Ryan made those 2 saves towards the end, my man of the match was Cunha and Bueno. Seems like they were picking on Calafiori, were they not? That diagonal switch was always on. It seems like Benjamin White was having trouble knowing who to pick up between, the overlap from what's that Dorgu and Cunha drifting out wide. It was. I did say Ruben Amorim would give him a problem to solve. He solved it with a set piece. So fair play to him. Fair play to him. Not very often you can go away to somewhere that we hardly ever win, and your team put in that level of stinkers, and you leave with 3 points. Now, at this point in the season, if you have title-winning aspirations, it's very clear. 3 points over the performance any day. It's in the thumbnail of the video. However, if you don't improve the performance, the 3 points will not continue. So the 3 points is of utmost importance for us. Like the bottom feeders of the Premier League will say, hey, the performance was good. Keep putting in these performances, and the points and the results will come. Well, we need to do it in inverse, right? We need to keep racking up points, but the performances must improve. Agreed? Are we in agreement with that premise, with that point? That we'll take the points, but the performance must improve. Big up to Dana Valeria. What's up, BBK in the chat? Glad to have you, Dana. What you saying? Want to know what you make of the performance as well. I am so glad I didn't pay to see that, Josh. Imagine traveling all the way from London to Manchester, way up north, to watch your football team not play football. Oh, my days. The lineup. Gyökeres started. Wasn't great, but he did start. Getting booed every time he touched the ball, as expected. I'm pretty sure when Šeško comes to the Emirates, we'll have a dose of the same medicine that they dished out. Because he came on with his 6'5" frame, them looping headers. Man almost had the ball out of the stadium. I know United fans were begging for him to score. Even if it was a 1-1 draw, had he scored, they would have had something to say. But he came on and he looked, stay out. He already cleaned in here. I don't know why he's still trying to come in here. Like an annoying ass little puppy. Anyway. Gavin says, same as last season. It was awful. Yeah, there was a lot of similarities from last season. Everything from Benjamin White taking 2 damn minutes to take a throw in. The long throw in, the extended amount of times on the corners. Yeah, we didn't look that much different now, do we? Now that was deliberate, away at Old Trafford. Does he not want to do a whole new tactic and play open, expansive football? But like Bianguna said, for a good portion of the game, we looked like the 15th place team under the cosh. Couldn't get out of our own half. Looked off of it. The only good takeaway is that Arsenal got the 3 points. Can't fluke matches like that all season. Facts. I can see this season we'll have a lot of draws playing like that. Now, hey, I tell you what, next Saturday at home against Leeds, that game needs to be playing one half of the pitch. That game needs to be one comfortably professional performance. More to get into Endo, but yeah. Whew. Vigilante, non-BBK, both fullbacks were liabilities, leaving Gabriel and Saliba exposed so many times. Cunha and Mbeumo had so much space to run into. Vigilante, sometimes when that switch was on, the ball would float in the air, land, and Cunha and Mbeumo would control the ball, and still no one would be within 15 yards of them. Acres of space, like you said. So much space. And Calafiori, we already know his defensive awareness is not there. That's how he ended up getting picked on and getting booked. Kudos to him for staying on for, 20-something minutes in the second half after being booked. I think he did get booked in the first half. I'm like, oh, my days. He's going to sub him at halftime. Maybe that goal ball him some grace with the manager, but he did not look. And this is why Martinelli plays, isn't it? Because Martinelli is a defensive winger that picks up the slack when Calafiori or Skelly just bombs forward, or when Calafiori's defensive awareness isn't just there. Was anyone surprised that Calafiori got the nod over Skelly today? I was actually expecting Skelly to start. I was of the opinion that Skelly is our starting left back, and Calafiori comes in and rotates as needed. So I was quite shocked to see him start. I was I'm on record as saying that Benjamin White plays him and Timber is one of the positions that we actually have quality depth. There's not a whole lot of drop off. I think Timber is better right back, but I was okay with Benjamin White at the right back. The midfield, we knew that what our midfield was going to be. Saka right wing, Gyökeres, could have been Harris. Glad it was Gyökeres. But that left-hand side, I don't even care who they put over there anymore. Seriously. The only positive takeaway is that we played shit and won. And they played decent and lost. Back. So eloquently said. I couldn't have said it any better. I'm upset, my bro. I can't stand people accepting this, and you have the coach saying that he is happy because we won an OT after 22 years like we like it will have the performance. Yeah, that performance stinks loud. It's a skunk, with its tail raised that just unleashed it defensively. That was so stinky, so smelly, so smelly. Yeah, we cannot allow Man City to have 22 shots at our goal. I know that. We can't have Liverpool having 22 shots at our goal. Can't. You can get away with it at Manchester United, a team who has finished the past 2 seasons in negative goal difference because they just can't score. Hendo, more or less draws for the season than last season. It has to be less. It has to be less. As if it's more draws, then we're not getting top 4, top 5. We're not playing Champions League football next year if we don't lessen those draws. Because with all those draws, we mustered up 74 points last year. If we get more draws, we're looking at finishing the season on 60-something points. That's inexcusable. Big up to Darren, my legend. Yes, my brother. Just reaching. Big up, bro. Yes, man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to the Rambok and Ambok. We really look concerning, brother. Again, I put the phone down in one room and went and watched it in the other room because I couldn't be asked. I come back to the phone. I see a bunch of requests to be on watch alongs. I'm like, brother, I can't. I have to watch this so I can watch the game from an analytical perspective, so I can be fair with my review and my analysis. Because now, I'm pretty sure the social media team will put together a couple of highlights of the goal, of the Madueke miss, of the Saka swing his foot and turn into a corner, the Odegaard shot in the first half, and what else? Was there another highlight that I may have missed? They can put that together in a 22-minute reel, in a 2-minute compilation, and make it look like we played well. No, but I wanted to watch that from start to finish. See, in year 6 going into year 7, almost $1 billion spent. What we actually look like away in a big game. I had my close eye on our captain, due to the controversy surrounding our captain this season, right? I mean, this week. A lot of talk around our captain, so we had to. Big up to the Jordy Dread in the building. I see you, my brother. I see you. Make sure you are going to subscribe to the Jordy Dread TV. I'm on the Night Owl podcast tonight in about 30-something minutes. It will be a panel show, but this is my chance to get my 2 cents in and engage with the legends of the Arsenal Gooniverse, like Darren Martin and like the Latvian Gooner and Vigilante and all you men that are locked in. Big up to you every single time. Arteta in an interview playing it up like he's a genius, the G word that we are doing well at Ocean. He had to go there, didn't he? Because the thing is, the last 3 wins that we've had at Old Trafford have all been 1-0, right? It was that Aubameyang penalty in 2020. I remember in September, that it was around my birthday time. And it was the Trossard 1-0 win 2 years ago. And then this one hasn't been great. It's starting to look like Gyökeres sabotage. Darren, brother! Like, I'm giving the analogy. Big up to Chris Welch, Liverpool extraordinaire in the building. Appreciate you joining us, bro. Like, I give the Shaquille O'Neal analogy every stream that I've been on. Big Shaq Diesel, probably the most dominant NBA player since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played in the NBA. If no one brought the ball up the court to give it to Shaq, he could not score. He could not dominate. He would not have 4 championships. Kobe Bryant had to get him the ball. Derek Fisher had to get him the ball. D Wade had to get him the ball when he was in Miami. He runs down to the paint and he does his damage down there. Gyökeres needs someone to get him the ball running at these defenders. And he didn't get the ball today. So he did look poor. He looked absolute poor. But as did, 80% of the team. Don Robbie doesn't want to interview Yadman and Cecil anymore. He had to do it. Because, that's going to go tits up. That's going to go tits up very quickly. Because, Yadman has it out for him. Because he knows Robbie is going to. Robbie is the leader. Oh, shit. Is the leader of the, what you call it? The Excuse Express. Hold on one second. Me close that door to keep that little robot vacuum cleaner from coming in here. Yeah, but I would like to actually see that. But Yadman has his own channel in it, so I'm pretty sure he'll say his piece. Robbie is a full-blown media man at this point. Playing the game. I get it, but we don't have to agree with none of it. Gyökeres only had 3 touches in the Man United box. Yeah, and you know what, Hendo? This might sound crazy, but I've seen Erling Haaland touch the ball 3 times in the box and score 3 goals. The difference is he has players who are creating for him, those 3 touches are good 3 touches or coming in spaces where he wants it. We don't have the creative players to get him the ball, a.k.a. that guy that scored that free kick today for Palace, that guy that's supposedly going to Tottenham. He's not at Tottenham yet. He can still be an Arsenal player. Oh my, there's Stokes now. This is a good one. Oh my God, he took a yellow for Carl. I didn't even know that. I didn't even see that. Yep, I just looked at that sheet. Took a yellow for time wasting. Says it. Time wasting, the long throws, that piece goal. What has changed? Oh my days. Aaron, forgive me if I'm not the best. I'm not in the best place, so I won't be saying as well. Hey, AJ, right up. Forgiven from now, tomorrow, and beyond. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for all that you do, my bro. I can't thank you enough for what you do for the channel. Several yellow cards for time wasting. Yep. So when they accumulate and man gets suspended, they'll turn it into an excuse. If we had this player, well, man got himself suspended for taking. Come on now, go kill off games. That's how you secure points, not wasting time. Oh my days. Cunha cooked Gabriel on the halfway line with that skill and spun him. Was it Gabriel or was it Benjamin White? Or both. But I don't think I saw the Gabriel one, but he spun the shit out of Ben White. I think Ben White had to come off the pitch after that. I'm like, please, pretty please, bring on Timber. I think Timber did well when he came on, to be fair. He's much more comfortable on the ball, especially in tight spaces. But yeah, man, the performance was not great, to be honest. We're gonna be honest with it. We're happy for the points, but we're not gonna act like we were bossing them today. Odegaard playing through balls to Gyökeres has him crossing the ball. Yeah, yes, I don't like that either. Yeah, he ends up out wide, turning into a winger. Like, what? Man needs the ball running through on goal. Yeah. Cunha and Mbeumo were cooking White like a novice in the academy, running through the fence like a hot knife through butter. Right out. Yeah. When I looked at this, I saw 22. You know what I thought when I saw 22 shots at our goal? You know what my brain immediately went back to? Remember when Unai Emery was managing us? I think we went away to Watford one weekend. And Watford was peppering our goal. Man, like Delafeu and this wasn't even the Troy Deeney Watford. They had Delafeu and I think the Corey might have been there at that time, but it wasn't a good Watford side. But they got 22 shots at our goal. Come on, man. Hit them likes. Says the Jordy Dread. Yes, people. Big up to the Jordy Dread every single time. Endo said our fullbacks were pushing up too much, and this is why we got caught. Also have to say that we were missing Partey big time. Zimmerman Mendy outmuscled in the midfield. No time on the ball. So he got a I literally said this as well during the game, Endo. I was like, Zubimendi is realizing very quickly that this is not Athletic Bilbao. Like he is realizing, hey, it's a crash course in Premier League football. And Matty from the Southern Guna had said it as well. He was like, Zubimendi will be marked out of games. He will be pressured. Now I actually think he was the best of the bunch in the midfield. Because I think Odegaard was awful, and I think Declan wasn't great either. But Zubimendi, when that man was playing me to you with their head, Zubimendi was the only one trying to take the ball down and playing football at the feet. Man, bro, I'm a techie baller. I'm not doing this jumping head thing. No, give me the ball at my feet so I can try to play some football. They assembled. I can see more draws. We better not. We can draw 5 games max, and that's with us losing less than 3 games. By the way, he will be the season's Fabio Vieira signing a colossal waste of money. Did you see how Ahmad this glide past man? Man was brought on to be a wingback, and you know Nani Madueke ain't the type of dude to come on and put in no defensive shifts. Now next week against Leeds, might as well start him. Martinelli ain't it, people. Come on, just might as well start Madueke now. Send Martinelli to the MLS. Maybe he'll be useful over here. He is not a Premier League footballer to begin with, and he's damn sure not a starting left winger for Arsenal Football Club, challenging Liverpool and Man City for a Premier League title. He's not it. Chris Welsh, big up, bro. So you got the win. That's all that matters. Defensively, you were resilient, but United more threatening attacking wise. Yeah, they were. United looked like they had a preseason, and we didn't. They were knocking in the ball into spaces where knowing someone was going to be there with space to run into. They looked like they had something about them. But, toothless in front of goal. This team needs to learn how to play with a striker. They are not playing for themselves, says Dana, anymore, especially with the front three. So he better figure this out. If he's a top manager, there's no manager. Most managers who lose a Premier League title will say, you know what, I don't have a striker, I need one. But now you have one. You have one, and you have to make it work. Because this guy is a good striker. We're not going to pretend just because Gyökeres was poor that we're going to act like he is not a good striker. But, I hate the fact. We went to Old Trafford and had 30-something% possession. We're a possession-based team. Arsenal still level below both of us at City. Yeah, I agree. Always go for a second goal, and more Arsenal defending 1-0 lead. This is why Arsenal drew so many games doing that. Tell it, AJ. Truer words have never been spoken on this podcast. Completely. There's nothing in that statement that I can disagree with. 50-50, that's either a draw or a win. Leeds is 3 points. So every podcast that I've been on and asked for prediction of what my thoughts was going into the United game, I'm like 3 points. 3 points. Okay, here we get them because this 3 points was critical. Liverpool put the marker down, 3 points, 4 goals. Man City saw you. Okay, you put out 4 goals, we put up 4 goals. Arsenal, your turn. All right, we'll go to OT and get a stinky 1-0. Yeah. Odegaard literally chose to pass the stock in off that the Gyökeres making a run. Tell me that's not deliberate. You know what? He had a chance today. He had a chance to make a statement, to be like, look at me, Tony. I believe if he had scored that shot that he was a kind of a tame shot at the end, I thought he would have went far corner. But say Bayern Deer or, Wonana, because Onana, Man United got Onana and Wonana. Okay, this keeper is not much better. But I think if Odegaard had scored, he might have did this. Up his ear, like, Tony, you hear that? But he had a chance to make a statement with his performance, and he didn't. Matter of fact, he almost cost us. We were on a breakaway. The man in front of him couldn't get by him. Someone, I don't know who it was. Might have been Dorgu. Pokes a toe out. Wins the ball, and within like 10 seconds, they were having a shot at our goal, on target. Good save from Raya. To be fair to Mikhail, says Dana, he said we were subpar and not playing to our standards. What's he gonna do about it, though, is the question. We will wait and see. And that's the thing, Dana. I can understand a manager who's just figuring things out. saying this, but this man has been in this seat for 6, 7 years. He's going on 7 years. How are they subpar? His players, his preseason, you know. And we knew Zubi could easily be clamped. This ain't Spain where he has time and space to turn and pass all day. Yeah, he learns. He learned quickly today. Crash course in Premier League physicality. Maybe because Odegaard didn't see him. But if he didn't see him, that's your job, brother. You don't even need to see him. You're like Fabregas and Ozil. A lot of times they pass the ball into space. You better be there. I don't need to see you. You need to be where you're supposed to be when you see me on the ball. You know what I'm capable of as in this creative space. I don't need to see you to play you through. You know, but the rest. Odegaard takes too many touches. Facts. And he holds the ball for far too damn long. Made passes when their players were offside. And that's what it is. Yeah. I'm going to make my run. I can only halt my run so long before I lose the advantage or lose the momentum. Play the damn ball, man. Play the game up here. Captain Fantastic wasn't so fantastic today. Did Chelsea drop points at home against Palace? They sure did. Thinking 0-0. Palace's goal was ruled off to an offside. Dubious. Well, it was a free kick and it ruled out to a foul on Gahey in the wall. Dubious. By the way, he missing the open goal. Look like it's another $50 million Jane. Yep, it's a mad one. Big up to my brother Views in the building. Brother Views putting in some serious hours, you know. Big up to brother Views saying hit the like. Yes, people. What matter of fact, where we at with likes? What I like 14 likes, 22 watching. Can we get to 20 likes? Am I being greedy? I would hope so. I would hope we could get to 20. DBK, Saka is going to have the same impact as Pepe. Mark my words. Yeah, Saka, he wasn't great today either. Not gonna lie. Saka looked off of it. You know, he played a full 90. And only if Madueke had came on to relieve him like they said he would. Nah, he came on for Martinelli, but as bad as Martinelli was, I can't even fault. him. That's why it's important to get players in early in the window. Speak on it, and you play most of them in a team that will start in the preseason. Now they have to get used to playing together while winning. We've made it difficult for ourselves. Absolutely. Imagine if we had got Gyökeres early in June. Yeah. Odegaard would know. This is where I like to receive the ball. This is how my runs are made. I did think Amorim, part of it is Amorim knows Gyökeres, isn't it? He coached him for a while, so he knows his strengths, knows his weaknesses, right? That he's really good at this, he's really not so good at this. So every time I looked, it looked like him and Dogu was having a bit, not Dogu, what's his name? De Ligt was bear hugging him. I think Gyökeres could have done a little bit better with his aerial duels, but first Premier League game in a long time. I expected more from him because there is hype around him. He can't go scoreless against Leeds because then this Havertz starting for him is going to start to grow legs. 001 can't turn into 002, 3. He needs to bang against Leeds, and I think he will. He seems like a guy who gets motivated. Where am I at? Did I skip a couple comments? Let's skip this one. Question. Decided to play Ozil, but can definitely figure that Odegaard isn't it. Decided not to play Ozil. Yeah. I said Ozil would sleepwalk to 15 assists in a season with or without a striker. Because that guy was cerebral. And the tech was there. He used to tag him with the lazy line, but now Odegaard just runs around sometimes like a headless chicken. Saka looks finished. His one-trick pony that has been sussed out by opposition managers. Yeah, Saka was not great today. He was not. But the thing with Martinelli, he has no tech. And his football IQ is very low. There was a breakaway. There was a play. And he was on the breakaway. And instead of giving Odegaard width, he just ran in a straight line. He just ran behind the defender. So now Odegaard either has to play the ball out wide, and he has to curve his run and come get it, or try to force it and ends up giving the ball away. Football IQ, come on. I'm in the middle running with the ball. You flare. You drag the defenders with you. Go look at the Man City goal yesterday against the second one against Wolves. Erling Haaland just scored a tap-in like 2 minutes ago. They're on the break. Erling Haaland curves his run and drags two defenders wide. And the young man, Escobar, I think it was, the spot plays a calm pass over the Reinders. They score. You know, that's what it is. Smart football. But we weren't very smart today with the football. Thank God for the 3 points. Thank the players. Calafiori, you were where you're supposed to be, scored the goal. But the performance was subpar by any measure. And if Mikhail admitted to it and pointed it out, fair play. But it shouldn't be that way. Not with this team. This team has been together so long. Next week, when Leeds turn up at the Emirates, we need to do to them what Tottenham did to a newly promoted side at home against Burnley. Comfortable professional performance. Right? West Ham learned what it's like to face the wrath or the wave of a newly promoted side that's motivated, and they got slapped up 3-0 at the Stadium of Light. No Premier League game is the easy out, right? But I do expect us to beat a newly promoted Leeds team next week. Absolutely. Big up to G Money in the building. Gary from Don't Waste the Trip. Hope you are well, mate. We need to check Martinelli's passport. Is he Brazilian or he don't play like? Nah, you know, they're not his parents. I don't know if he was conceived in Brazil or delivered in Brazil, but he doesn't do Brazilian winger things. He doesn't have that gene. You know, he doesn't glide with the ball. The ball is not his touches off. That tame shot, the failed bicycle kick. He gave us nothing today. Nothing. And I thought Madueke was going to come on and give us something going forward, but he didn't do that either. Depending on what the instructions were. But if you were going to have Madueke come on and only do defensive shit, just keep Martinelli on the pitch. He's good at that. We weren't chasing the game. I was saying this 2 seasons ago. He'd end up playing for the Turkish side in another season. He's stagnated under Arteta. He's so one-dimensional. Head down, just run. Head down, just run. Come on, Gabby. You have to do better. Gabriel Martinelli has to do better. Yeah, we touched on Gyökeres. We touched on Martinelli, Saka. Declan it wasn't his best game today, now was it? Saliba looks like his head is turned, like it's halfway in Madrid. He was taking too many touches, dribbling into traffic. You know, I think Gabriel was the best out the bunch back there. You know, not too much impact from the subs. You know, we just beat Man United at Old Trafford. Kept a clean sheet. We should be gassed. You know, someone messaged me right after the game ended. Like, man, how am I so angry after a win? How am I meant to be this angry after we just kept a clean sheet away in a Premier League rival, a place that we hardly ever win? Part of me is wishing I wish I didn't watch that, because then I would have looked at this. I would have looked at the scorecard. I see 1-0 away at Old Trafford. Okay, won the game. Cool. I don't know what that Manchester United formation gave us difficulty. But when I saw their lineup, when I saw Mason Mount that far up the pitch, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm worried about this. Because I predicted a 1-0 on the warm-up show with the Waffle Down. That's what I predicted. I predicted that we'd beat him 1-0. I should be gassed, but like I saw 1-0 and I predicted 1-0. 1-0 it was, but not. But I also did say it wasn't going to be a great watch. But I thought they were going to be the ones in the low block trying to force us to break them down. But Man United looked like they looked threatening. They looked way too comfortable advancing on us. Like there was no fear or threat on the counter. Just didn't like how the 22 shots that they had at our goal bothers me. Yeah. Big up to G Wills. Listen, Arteta will be the death of this club. No matter how bad Odegaard plays, he will not be subbed. I wish Wanieri, etc., went to a different club. Plus, Gyökeres has been done dirty by Arteta. You see it already. You see this. You see the sabotage, G Wills. So here's the thing: because of this, the hoopla and the controversy surrounding the captain fiasco, he is not dropping him. This is what I'm running with now. I've said it 2 days now, 3 days now. No matter how bad Odegaard plays, he will play. Because if Arteta drops him none, then he looks weak. Now he looks like outside influences are affecting his decision making, and his ego won't allow that. Ethan, I think that play where he gave the ball away when we're attacking, I think Ethan, that's where Ethan thrives. That's where Diamond thrives. The defender is stationary, and I'm running with the ball. Drop your shoulder, go left, and beat him. But man just poked the ball away easily from Odegaard, and within 2 passes, they were in on our goal. But yeah, he will not be subbed. I completely agree with you there. He will be. Maybe he'll get subbed in the games that we're doing well, and he'll be subbed in the name of rest. We're 2-0 up, and Ethan will get some minutes. But when we need a goal, or the game is close, he's not coming out. The players are doing what he's asked them to do. Strikers are converted into strikers, and strikers are converted to strikers. And nobody ain't calling this out. I'm calling this out in the fan base. I'm blaming the players. It is what it is, the assembled. You've been saying this for ages, and it rings true. Do we need a left back? I think we do. And I've been pushing back on this. I've been against the signing of any more defensive players based on having the best defense in the Premier League for 2 years running, and it was our attack that's so stinky. But I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around how much money we've spent letting the left back go for free, and now we still need a left back. And this is just giving them another reason why we won't get an Eze now, because the left back will come out of the Eze budget. Oh. Excuse me. Well, shit. I'm allergic to talking about defensive signings. Because you've signed so many to have defensive players and left and goalkeepers. It annoys me. I got you. The assembled midfielders and strikers. So yeah, everyone's playing in a position that they're not supposed to. And we have an 8 playing in the 10 when he's really not a 10. Square pegs around holes, they say, yeah? Even hating on Martinelli, but apart from Ryan Gabriel, who actually put out a fantastic performance, the players look like they are tired of Arteta ball. If that's the case, then he will lose the dressing room sooner rather than later if they are tired of it. A secret meeting, a secret WhatsApp group chat, and then be like, hey man, we need to down tools on the gaffer because we ain't gonna win anything like this. The sooner we get him out of here, the sooner we get a manager in that can help us lift the cup. Big up to all 29 of you locked in. If you could hit the like, people, on the video, be greatly appreciated. Big up to AJ for passing through earlier and doing this thing. Big up to Tony Claude, my brother. Big up to you, man. I hope you are well, Tony. Serve the pot. It's coming soon. Need to chat with you, my brother. Need to chat with my brother, Tony. Big him up as always, every single time. Horrible game, but I'll take the 3 points. That's the oldest silver lining in the cloud. That's the consensus. That's the general consensus. Wish we were here putting our foot on Man United fans' necks right now and telling them, like, yeah, you man of shit. We did you in. We came to your house, took a shit with the door open, didn't even flush and left. But we can't. Man are actually messaging me, have the gall to be messaging me. We peppered you lot. Then I look at the stats sheet and I see 22 shots. I'm like, yeah, you did pepper us. Kinda, sorta. Big up to the Latvian Guna said, we've been saying it for the longest. We need a left wing, a 10, and a left back. Only team in the Prem without a left back. Yeah, had one. Or then left back for Scotland. Went back to Scotland. Why are the players putting a hand over their mouth while they're talking? No one gonna hear, for fuck's sake. NBA players do it, football players do it. I think it's just to protect themselves from returning to a meme or saying something that can get them canceled. Because when players talk to players, they might say certain things. Someone hear it, and then cancel culture is real. Maybe that's what the media director tells them to. When you are talking, when you're out, when the cameras are on you on the pitch, cover your mouth to protect you and to protect the club. Why your players get interviewed at halftime and do it at full time? Yeah, it's the media. It's the media infiltrate in the name of exclusive access, because they do this in American sports. Basketball, they interview the after the first quarter, they interview the home coach. Going into the fourth quarter, they interview the away coach. They do it in the NFL as well. The coach gets interviewed at halftime. Yeah, it's just, I don't know who wants this. The fans don't want it. You don't want to hear from them. But they're just the media, man. We really needed, like being good, we need a new manager first. We are in agreement there. We sure are. Where we at? We need what Ragnick said for open heart surgery. If we get a manager, a couple tweaks here and there, we'll be right there, Lundy was actually a left back today, the president. He was shit there too. Ahmad just skinned him and just it was. I felt sorry for Nani today. The performance today did nothing to instill you with much confidence for the season, did it, Tony Claude? No, it didn't. Me neither. Big up to LFC Monster, fellow 3-point baggers. I know you wanted United to win. Was it you or Mr. Batter that said he wanted any other game, but for this one, because we're close, you wanted us to drop the points. But, we can all laugh at Man United. I started the stream LFC Monster by saying Man United finished last campaign in 15th on negative goal difference. And courtesy of the Arsenal, they are starting this campaign in 15th on negative goal difference. So, big up to the top 6. You're welcome. Go laugh at your Man United mates now, because we can't do it, because we really didn't beat them. Yeah, avoid being lip read and make them say something they didn't say, and they cancel them. They say so. Oh, he said this. He's sexist. He's racist. He's this ist, that ist. Just have to protect themselves and the club. The clubs don't really like bad PR or controversy these days. Yeah, Gyökeres look good, but out on the wing putting in crosses. He's useless there. Unless you're gonna play a 4-4-2, he needs to be at the end, on the receiving end of those crosses. Man don't need to be out wide. What are we doing? Tony said that's the worst Arsenal game I've seen in 11 years. You ain't got to go back that far for me. I've seen us play much worse recently. For switching in the changing room, captain has to be on board. You see the problem, BBK, ahead of the curve. Back the assembly. I cannot disagree. And that's what it is, yeah. Basketball, NFL. And that's part of it is this deal with Peacock. Peacock has the weekend game. All the midweek games belong to Peacock, I think. I think they have 32 weekend games, and you're going to have 6 midweek games this campaign, and they're all going to be streamed exclusively on Peacock, which is, American owned and all that. Big up to Luke Chapman, Northampton Town fan. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate you joining us. Glad to have you around these parts. Please consider subscribing to the channel and hit a like on the video if you haven't already. There are other content creators in the group chat as well, like the Latvian Guna here. The Gyökeres look lost and clueless, just like our manager most of the time. Arteta has never coached an out-and-out number 9, actually said, and it shows. It was me. It was true. I wanted you to lose, but still get laughed at. Saeed. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch those. That match reaction. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch that just to see. I want to see Rand still open his mouth. Yeah, man. Big up to LFC Monster, man. Ryan, man of the match. That Cunha save was an absolute work. And that's the thing, LFC Monster. That's never a good sign. It's never a good sign when your goalkeeper is the man of the match. Let's just hope. As Arsenal fans, then this is not for LFC Monster. This is not for Luke Chapman. This is for the Arsenal fans in the building. Let's hope this is our worst performance of the season. You start low and then we do like this. our performances ascend throughout the season. So let your first one be your worst one when we build. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. G. Will said, listen, even if we get a prime Messi, Arteta ain't dropping Odegaard because Odegaard is the only 10 Arteta can occupy the right side. He owns real estate over there. And he obeys. No penetration through the middle. Starve Gyökeres. Yeah. He's going to have to fix that. Because if he does not fix that, we're going to be so easy to defend against. Because you can mark Odegaard out of a game. I've seen him been marked out of many a game. Many, many games. Sesko has time to figure out how to coach a number 9. Arteta wants a team without a number 9. Sesko gave him the time. Yeah. Gyökeres is a win now. No excuses. Yeah, completely agree. Zubi, Odegaard, Havertz, Ryer are all men. Man, it's never good when your damn goalkeeper is the man of the match, my bro. I don't like it. I was kind of right. Arteta reverted to type and got a lead and just sat back on it. If it wasn't for a United finish, could have been different result today. And that's what it 1-1 because you didn't kill off the game because you're trying to invite pressure onto your defense. Kill the game up. Men brought on Madueke and still didn't show any attacking impetus. It looked like it was one manager trying to make attacking subs today. I knew it was going to be a problem for him when Ruben took off Dallo and put on Ahmad. Right? Defensive fullback, attacking fullback. I was like, okay, it's going to get problematic. It's going to get sticky here for a little bit. But, we'll look back at it and say, okay, the boys did well. Clean sheet away at Old Trafford. 3 points. Thank you, performance. But the 3 points are on the board. 3-point baggers. We look up, sitting in 6th. We're looking up at Liverpool. We're looking up at City. We're looking up at Forest. We're looking up at Southampton. We're looking up at all the teams that had convincing performances this weekend, to include Tottenham. And I left them last for a reason. And people, I'm on with the Geordie Dread in 5 minutes, so I have to go. Thank you so much for joining me for my. This was supposed to be a match reaction of 18 minutes, but you fucking legends just always have top tier comments in the chat that I just have to respond to. So thank you all for joining. I'm over by Geordie Dread in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go grab something to eat and go get on the Geordie Dread podcast, people. So big up to every single one of you locked in. Please hit a like on the video, people. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this video with a friend, who might like the content. It helps the algorithm. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.